Tes, tes. Halo, selamat siang teman-teman semuanya. Masih semangat ya teman-teman ya? Aku mau disclaimer dulu. I will mix the language ya between English and bahasa. Aku mau izin juga sebelum mulai session ini, aku mau pantun ya biar teman-teman makin semangat. Boleh? Ke Paris naik roket. Cakep. Bilang cakep dong. Cakep. Diajak makan tahu kriuk. Biar bisnis teman-teman makin meroket, simak MMA Ramadan Insight yuk. Oke, without further ado, aku langsung mulai aja sessionnya. So, Mbak Rere, Mbak Anjali, thank you so much for the time. Di session ini akan ada 9 pertanyaan. Masing-masing nanti Mbak Rere dan Mbak Anjali akan ada 4 dan yang satu lagi barengan. For each question we have around 3.5 minutes. Jadi kalau misalnya nanti aku cut, aku heads up dulu nih dari sekarang. Oke ya? Oke. First question, Mbak Rere. E-commerce bersama dengan general trade dan modern trade merupakan salah satu prioritas strategis Unilever. Nah, based on your experience nih Mbak Rere, what are some of the day-to-day challenge that you are facing?
Okay, so probably first of all, I would like to say Happy International Women's Day for every ladies in the room. Please, this is the only ladies panel today in MMA, so big round of applause for us as well here. So I think when it comes to channels, especially for e-commerce, for online channel, it's being mentioned several times actually by previous speakers. Market data and insights availability are still the biggest industry issue, I believe. Channel, you mentioned about GT, MT. There's also channel conflicts that we really need to manage and come up with differentiate strategy for each. So as a marketer, as a manufacturer, we definitely do not want to lose either one. It needs to be complementing each other. Agility and keeping innovative are also the challenge that still exists in every day during the process. So how we can respond to the market, to the consumer needs, how we can really come up with the better solution for the consumer. So I think that are several challenges that we face in day-to-day when it comes to e-commerce and consumer goods overall. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll get back to you, Mbak. I'll still have a lot of questions for you. And for Grace, Mbak Anjali, I have the same question juga nih, Mbak. What are some of the day-to-day challenge that your clients, brands, and merchant are facing too?
Okay. To continue your opening ya. Penonton. Okay. So let me share because e-commerce is not as simple as you have a store in marketplaces, right? It's not as simple as you upload your SKUs, right? So it's a million things that you have to do, millions of data that you have to process.
Yeah.
And also the process of you from your uploading your product, you taking the order, make sure the payment is right, and then shipping is right, and then your customers, even after your customers receiving the goods, it's not stopped there. There's still a chance of return or cancel, right? Yeah. So it's not as easy as that. So that's even in the process, it's also already a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
Right. And mainly, like currently, I have talked with some of partners, clients, right? Mainly their challenges is one, I think more into the data.
Data again, ya.
Right.
Data, guys, data.
How to process these millions of data. You know what? So currently, minimum marketplaces that sellers handle in Indonesia is 3. Minimum.
Oh, minimum.
You at least have what? Like the biggest 3. Shopee, Tokopedia, Lazada.
Yeah.
And that means that you have to open every day Tokopedia, like the seller center, and then you have to open Shopee, seller center. You have to open Lazada, the seller center. And just yesterday, I met one seller that sell in 10 marketplaces.
Wow, 10 ya.
That including the website.
Okay.
So every morning she have to, like open this dashboard, checking the data, checking the order data, and try to analyze. There's no time to, make decision.
Ya, seandainya ada satu dashboard yang bisa.
Exactly. That can be like a solution, which Gras, we are here for the solution. Anyway, we're not
Right.
talking about that now.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, talking about the challenges, I think it's the process itself is a challenge, and also like data is also a challenge to process, and making the decision on what to do in e-commerce, because it's a daily basis, right? So you publish a voucher, and then there is a double date campaign. It's every month. You have to decide like fast.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's expired. It's gone. Like the opportunity is gone.
Okay, thank you so much for elaborating the question. And Mbak Rere, I have a question for you. Menurut Mbak Rere nih, this Ramadan year, we know that it's different, right? Because ini adalah Ramadan pertama kali tanpa PPKM. Nah, gimana sih Mbak tren Ramadan tahun ini tuh berimpact terhadap strategi yang dilakukan oleh Unilever?
So yeah, I guess this Ramadan would be finally truly festive. Everyone will be all out, but I think the gifting, online entertainment, online shopping would remain. It remains grow strongly in the market. When it comes to current situation, I believe that it's getting even more important and emphasized for e-commerce, for us who do selling in multiple channel, in e-commerce, GT, MT, that e-commerce needs to have a differentiation factor versus other channels. Otherwise, people may think, is it worthwhile to wait for the product to come to your house while I can actually go to the store and have a physical experience? So I think it is important to have a differentiation factor in e-commerce even more during these days. What things to offer, what experience that we can give better there. E-commerce has direct data, and you can create huge personalization. So digital content and strategy end-to-end, so we cannot, now it's even more important to think it as an end-to-end instead of funnel by funnel. It is truly collapsing here and there.
Yeah.
So to create a very desirable journey for the consumer and for the product itself, I think that's one thing that can bring a difference into this Ramadan moment.
Okay, it's also about how to minimizing the friction as well, ya Mbak ya.
Minimize the friction. Yes.
Okay. Mbak Gras, now the question is for you. Since you are dealing with various brands and partner from various vertical, what are some of the sales trend that you see this year? Is there any learning from past Ramadan or maybe from the recent sales that currently happening?
Okay. Yeah, since Gras is available in 7 countries, we also have like more than 200 partners that works with us. So I think, we learned some of trends from last Ramadan. The good thing is, So basically brand.com is increasing now. Brand.com. So it's not only marketplace. And yeah, it's
D2C?
D2C, brand.com. So the last 2 years, it was more than 80% come from marketplace. But last year, 70% comes from marketplace, and the rest is
30%?
actually comes from D2C. Again, this is not only Indonesia, yeah, because it's from India, Southeast Asia market. That's the trend that we see. But specifically for Indonesia, brand.com is not big. Every time we talk to our partner, I think still 1-digit number. So under 10% coming from brand.com, coming from D2C. And anyway, we can see at least it is increasing. That is one. Second trend is when you talk about category. One still fashion. First one still fashion. Second is beauty, specifically cosmetic. And if you're aware that like 1 year, 2 years, like local cosmetic is actually raising up, right? Yeah. So yeah, beauty is number 2. Number 3 is home and living.
Home and living.
Home and living. And last one, electronics.
Electronics. Kalau drugs and stuff, itu masuk top 5 atau enggak? Medicine, medical.
Medical is actually decreasing.
Decreasing.
Yeah.
Ya, soalnya
karena
kan pandemic,
pandemic,
so I'm
right?
curious,
Yeah. Karena pandemic I think it's not there anymore.
Okay.
So I think health numbers is decreasing the trend.
Oke, Mbak, ngomongin tentang data nih, Mbak Anjali. So data sit at the core of the marketing and advertising ecosystem. And we know it plays a very important role for decision making. Boleh nggak sih Mbak di-share what are some data metrics yang harus diperhatikan oleh teman-teman brand ya, especially for Ramadan campaign this year? Yeah.
So when we talk about selling online, we talk about GMV, right? At the end of the day, it's always revenue that comes matter, right? The most important thing, revenue. But when we talk about GMV, it's the equation of, first one is traffic, right? You have to have the right traffic. Traffic means what? You have to get it through ads. It's always the equation. So the more ads, the more traffic, the more revenue. That's always happened. But after the traffic, that will be multiplied by conversion rate. Conversion rate meaning that can be your storefront activity like live chat, ratings, good feedback, good review, or discount, vouchers, other things that can convert customers and they want to buy your product, right?
Okay.
And last thing is it has to be multiplied by AOV, average order value. And like a ticket size, right? And the homework is like, especially like something that you do, like bundling. Like how to increase that is not only you sell one SKUs, but you can also bundle to raise the ticket size.
Oke, nanti aku jadi pengen tanya lebih banyak nih ke.
So yeah, I think that's some of the important metrics that seller needs to know.
Oke, thank you. Mbak Rere, I would like to ask you juga nih about data. How do you use data and analytics to measure the impact of your Ramadan campaign? And what adjustment have you made based on this information? If possible juga nih Mbak, boleh nggak, how do you utilize this data to connect with your AI implementation and strategy?
Okay, so I think when it comes to optimization and metrics, Mbak Anjali have mentioned several that definitely the key. When it comes to optimization, we can always look at it in different angles. There are creative optimization, audience optimization, media inventory optimization. How do you move the budget from one inventory to another inventory? Which one that works actually better for you? So I think there are a lot of optimization that we did and doing at the moment using the data that being fed to us. So changing the creative from the one that using the discount plus free ongkir, the free all delivery is better than the one with gimmick, let's say. So we are going to push that one instead of the other one. That kind of optimization happen using the data, for example. But when it comes to the metrics, probably adding on the things that Mbak Anjali have mentioned, for a marketer like us, looking at how the return at the end of the day, the return on advertising spend. So after the AOV, looking at the AOV, looking at how many conversion that happen, it becomes the return on advertising spend. How much actually every penny that we spend works. Is it work hard as we want, or actually we can make it work harder? ROAS, GMV that attached to it, cost per order.
Cost per order.
So it is very important to see cost per order, especially for consumer goods perhaps, because we don't have that high premium level of basket. Like each time you check out, each time we ask people to check out, is it as much return as we expect for the cost of the product, things like that. So I think that's thing yang we see as well in the manufacturer side.
Oke, talking about e-commerce sih Mbak. Kalau di e-commerce itu kan sering banget ya, campaign yang sering banget kita dengar kan free ongkir, promo, ya kan, terus discount gitu. Is there any other big idea yang possible untuk diimplementasikan selain dari diskon atau promo tadi related ya?
Oh, banyak banget sih sebetulnya, banyak banget. Well, tadi udah disebut bundle. That's the one of the most basic, I guess. It can be many bundles. It can be regime bundles. It can be travel kit bundles. It can be bundle is one thing, and then there's a exclusive collaboration, special gimmick, even to the level of, I believe, metaverse. I think Pons did NFT as a gimmick for our year-end campaign, and it resulted quite well. So that all of the excitement that we need to bring to the consumer through e-commerce platform, there's a lot actually.
Oh, oke. Thank you Mbak, thank you banget insight-nya. Alright, Mbak Anjali nih, Mbak kan handle various brand ya, and you know gimana mereka having big ideas for their Ramadan. What are some of the AI solution that can be useful for them when it comes to their e-commerce strategy? Mungkin Mbak juga bisa share study case yang selama ini dilakukan dan gimana yang work best for industry.
So ya sebenarnya one of our partner is Unilever Singapura ya, Unilever International di Singapura dan Malaysia. So basically on the apa namanya tadi opportunity kan ya, lebih ke
big
ideasnya ya. So di Gras ini kan kita lebih ke platform solution. So we're an AI predictive engine where we can recommend. Karena yang tadi aku sempat mention, it's hard for a seller to analyze those millions data, right?
Yeah.
Even take an insight of the data, it takes a lot of time, right? Dari insight-nya aja itu udah banyak banget dalam satu hari. For example, one of the insight, yesterday's revenue is dropping 70% in Lazada only, but in Shopee maybe it's increased 15%. That is the insight. Another example is on ads. Last 3 days, turns out your ROAS with specific campaign is 0. right? So that kind of insight, and it's not only when you do e-commerce, it's not only again about the product, about the SKUs, but it's all, like ads, including storefront activities, including, so all of these you have to take an insight. Then, where usually people don't get any time to decide what to do. So the AI predictive engine usually can, it's machine learning basically, right?
Yeah.
It learn your data, then it can suggest, it can recommend what to do in a real-time basis.
Based on the learning data that we have.
Exactly, karena seperti yang tadi aku bilang, you have double date every month, right? Double date aja biasanya bukan double date. Like Lazada having it until 7th, right? And make sure that is coming to the customers. It's another, 1 week, 2 weeks, right? And after that, you have to learn the data. You have to take the insight of the sales revenue and others. Then decide something else for the next month. Udah nggak ada waktu. You have no time.
You need AI solution engine, yeah, basically.
Well, basically, yes. I mean, we're at that era now, so that's why AI can help you to decide faster.
Okay, alright. So I have last question. Nanti mungkin kalau misalnya we still have time, Mbak bisa share juga more about your most interesting study case that you have, or maybe from Unilever, the most challenging campaign that you have, in the past years, seperti apa bisa di-share juga ke teman-teman. So, please share with us how different this Ramadan will be in terms of customer shopping experience. Now that the market has opened up and is now offline and online, and it's not just offline to online anymore. Mungkin bisa dari Mbak Rere dulu, ya.
Okay, so I think, again, this year would be very challenging for e-commerce. A differentiation factor is very important. Differentiate offering, differentiate experience, and people is really, again, the funnel are collapsing, so people are really looking at how I can shop while I'm enjoying entertainment, which being mentioned, shoppertainment is there. It is raising huge, massively. So I believe this year would be a very interesting theme for e-commerce in Indonesia. How does it thrive when it being standing side by side with the same opportunity with offline channel, which already racing at the moment. So yeah, and definitely one key to unlock for it to bloom even more is, for me, is data. You have the massive data, you have the depth of the data, then how we can actually utilize it even further to grow the business together.
Okay, so how better we are utilizing the data, yeah?
How we can really maximize the data that we have, actually.
Maximizing the data.
Because Mbak Charlie mentioned about ads, right? Bringing people coming to the platform, etc. Like, we as a consumer ourselves, we hate when we have irrelevant ads. Nothing so interesting for us. So yeah, I think that's the best part of having a platform. You know your audience, you know what they want, so then what you want to do with that. That's the key thing. And as an advertiser, that I don't have platform, I don't have D2C, so I need for us to sit together and understand together who is our consumer actually, who is enjoying our product more, and how we can serve them better.
Yeah, how we can find the similar audience based on the most valuable customer that we have, yeah.
So that's where AI can help you better.
Okay, now your turn, Mbak Anjali.
So Ramadan this year, it's a bit different. Yeah, actually, e-commerce, it was exponential. It has exponential growth back in 2020. It's because of the pandemic, and we see that 2022 it's no longer. It's slowing down. Some of them saying stagnant, but you know what? Just yesterday, Shopee celebrating that they announced they made a profit Q4 2022. It also makes the American market get back a bit. There is a hope. Anyway, we see the report of retail e-commerce for 2023. Indonesia is the number 3 on the rank. So there will be still opportunity of increment 20% of growth for retail e-commerce. So yes, there will be a change, but we still believe that online, people buying online, because it's already a habit, you know.
Yeah.
Right? Not all, but it's kind of already a
It's
habit.
convenient still.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, we're still thinking that, meanwhile, it's quite stagnant back in 2022, but 2023, we will see growth.
Okay, so basically there are still a lot of opportunities to grow here.
Yeah.
For most of the brand.
Yeah. So it's the time for sellers, I think, again, not to only learn like how they do it, but also to protect their margin to increase the profitability. It's the
That's
time.
basically the formula, yeah.
Yeah, it's the time. 2023.
Okay, I think that's all from our session. So thank you so much Mbak
Oh, it's already?
Anjali. Thank
Oh
you
iya,
so much
udah ada
Mbak
angkanya.
Rere.
Masih mau ngobrol soalnya. Okay, thank you.
Put your hands together.